Alright guys, this one is going to be a tough one for me. It's by Craig Morgan. If you guys don't know who that is, he sings Redneck Yacht Club and a bunch of other really good songs that I can't think of right now. But he lost his son in a car accident, I believe. Or no, it was a swimming accident. He wrote a song for his son to try and get over it, but it's just one of those things where you really can't ever get over. Like, I know that if I lost one of my sons, I guarantee you that I'd start drinking again. I'd relapse back into pills. It would absolutely just destroy me. And with that, I'm gonna get into this video. I haven't seen the video. I've just heard the actual song. And even when just hearing the song, I started to get emotional because the way he puts it, he puts you there with him. You know what I mean? And I've always said that there's a higher power. I don't know what that power is, whether it be any religion, right? There's still a higher power out there. And I think that's what we really need to focus on. It's not that, you're Muslim, you're Jewish, you're Christian, you're pagan, you're whatever religion you are, there is a higher deity, right? Every one of those religions has a higher deity. And if that's what you believe in, that's what you believe in. We all believe the same thing, that there is a higher power out there in control of our lives. And when we sacrifice ourselves to that higher power, nothing can hurt us. You know what I mean? At least that's the way I like to think. Maybe I'm a nerd. I mean, I'll tell you firsthand, I'm a history nerd. So I literally last night was looking at the first female pharaohs of Egypt. That's what I was doing last night in my spare time, was looking up timeline order of who is the first female pharaoh that ever ruled Egypt, and then so on and so forth. So I could name you the first 4 that ruled Egypt from 3000 BCE to Cleopatra in 51 BCE. All of them in between that were female pharaohs. That's what I was looking up in my spare time. Other people read, other people listen to YouTube videos. I'm the dumbass that looks up old ancient history, facts, just wanders through ancient history, learning stuff. And the thing is like, I like it how Winston Churchill said it. You don't know where you're going unless you know where you came from. You can't go into the future without remembering the past. Those words have meant so much in my life because I've been able to use the past to predict the future, right? And you learn those things by studying ancient history, by studying modern history, by studying current world problems. You understand? So men make mistakes almost in revolution with life cycles, right? So it's like this generation doesn't understand what actual fascism is, hasn't seen it, right? They weren't alive when Hitler marched across Europe, right? They weren't alive when all of the Jews were rounded up and shoved into gas chambers and train cars and anything that would hold them, and they were either shot or gassed to death or just buried alive. That's true fascism. That's true tyranny, right? They don't understand that. So with the current administration making those same money moves, they control the propaganda. The Nazis controlled the propaganda, or news stations, propaganda, same thing. Social media, it's in cahoots with the government. That's very Lenin, very, very Nazi Germany. You know what I mean? So we're making the same mistakes over and over and over again by giving too much power to the government and letting them lead us toward socialism that's actually communism turns into dictatorship. It's a 3-step process that these kids these days, they don't understand. Plus, they're not taught in schools what true tyranny is, other than to say that somebody that doesn't think like me is a terrorist, or is somebody I need to hate, is an enemy. That's the way they're taught. Like, it's ridiculous. Literally, just get your shit together. Seriously. Okay, without that, sorry, I got off on the tangent again. Without further ado, Craig Morgan, the Father, my Son, and the Holy Ghost. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm speeding 91, drunk driving, losing all intention, falling. Once I was living for the passion, now it's...
just say real quick that Craig Morgan is one of my favorite artists of all time. That's all I had to say.
Lights are shining bright as always downtown on the road. I have friends that come from out of town asking me to go. They say there's so much going on. Why don't you come along and show us around? I tell them Karen's not feeling well, so I probably shouldn't go out. Besides, I've got a fixed list of things I need to do around the house. Then I hang up the phone, turn the radio back on, and sit back down. I know my boy ain't here, but he ain't gone. In the mornings I wake up, give her a kiss, head to the kitchen, pour a cup and wake me up and try to rouse up some ambition. Go outside, sit by myself, but I ain't alone. I've got the Father, my Son, and the Holy Ghost. I've been beat up, I've been pushed and shoved, but never ever really knocked down. Between Mom and Dad, Uncle Sam and friends, I somehow always pulled out. But the pain of this was more than I'd ever felt before. Yeah, I was broke. I cried and cried and cried until I passed out on the floor. Then I prayed and prayed and prayed till I thought I couldn't pray anymore. Then minute by minute, day by day, my God, He gave me hope. I know my boy ain't here, but he ain't gone. In the mornings I wake up, give her a kiss, head to the kitchen, pour a cup and wake me up and try to rouse up some ambition. Go outside, sit by myself, but I ain't alone. See, I've got the Father, my Son, and the Holy Ghost.
The video is so much more emotional than even I was when I listened to it the first time. I'm really trying to keep it together right now. But man, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine what it would be like to lose a child. Oh my God. By the way, a coping mechanism for me when I'm very, very uncomfortable or something is making me emotional is to continually do this, right? So if you see in other videos that I'm doing this, all I'm doing is stroking my beard of wisdom here, and it's giving me something to keep my mind focused on. I've done it since I was in high school. Let's get back into it. Back it up a little bit. Back it up a lot of bit.
Give her a kiss, head to the kitchen, pour a cup and wake me up and try to rouse up some ambition. Go outside, sit by myself, but I ain't alone. See, I've got the Father, my Son, and the Holy Ghost. I hope, I love, I pray, I cry, I heal a little more each day inside. I won't completely heal till I In the mornings I wake up, give her a kiss, head to the kitchen, pour a cup, wake me up, and try to rouse up some ambition. Go outside, sit by myself, but I ain't alone. I've got the Father, my Son, and the Holy Ghost. One day I'll wake up and I'll be home with the Father, my Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Okay, yeah, that was a lot. Both my sons were born extremely premature and had to spend time in the NICU. Now, if you're a NICU parent, I applaud you so much because I know exactly what you went through and it was not fun. You become scared of things that you never thought that you would be scared of, right? Like just a phone ringing. You were terrified. My first son was born at 29 weeks. So he spent about 3 months in the NICU. And my second son was born at 33 weeks. And he had to spend about a month in the NICU. Now, every day I would drop my wife off in the morning. Or not every day in the morning, but I would drop her off in the afternoon on my way to work. And she would stay with him basically all through the day and the night, and then the next day I'd pick her up, bring her home, then I would go up at night after I got off work because I worked nights, and then I'd sit with him for 3 to 4 hours, just hold him, because you never know, especially in a situation like that, if you're holding them for the last time. And at the time we were living almost an hour and a half away from the hospital where our child was. So I pray that we get to a point where nobody has to go through that, the pain and anguish that comes and the anxiety that comes from having a child in the NICU. For good, bad, the other, it is terrifying. It's the most scared I've ever been in my life was when we had both of our sons and had to leave them at the hospital, come home empty-handed. I mean, you're leaving literally your everything and driving an hour and a half home in complete silence because you don't know what to say. And I was that dad that was literally on the phone every 30 minutes or so, calling him, hey, how's he doing? Is he all right? Yeah, he's doing fine. I'll give you a call when he wakes up for feeding or something. And I even brought my nurse an iPad so that we could FaceTime with the baby if we weren't there. That's rough. And this song, it's more paralleled to what we had to go through than I would have thought. You can immediately put yourself in that back into that mindset again and go through with him what you're going through. I prayed every day that my sons would make it home. Every day. I prayed to my great-grandparents. I prayed to my great-uncle. I prayed to anybody and everybody I could. I prayed to God every day to watch over my kids and make them healthy and happy and make it so they could come home. And luckily, we never had anything happen. They're two absolutely perfect little gentlemen. There's nothing wrong with them. They're healthy as a horse. One of them is like a little hurricane, just chaos follows wherever he goes and destruction. The other one's super chill, laid back, like his mom. The other one's like me, I'm going to be honest with you. And on that, I'm going to say goodbye to you guys, and I'll let you guys go. If you want to hit the like button, the subscribe button, that little bell button, so you know when I drop new content, that would be amazing. And right up here will be my Cash App ID. If you want to drop me a couple bucks, so I can start making better and better content, that would be fantastic. If you don't, no big deal. Still love you anyway. And you guys have a great day.
Yeah, I'm speeding 91, drunk driving, losing all intention, falling. Once I was living for the